Got a good appointment today for my client out in Chicago. It's with a
healthcare
nonprofit. Got about 100 users. There's some active issues going on. They're looking to
I'm good, man. How can I help you?
create a SharePoint internet service, and they're not very happy with their company. It recently got bought out. So they're looking at their options right now, and it'll be a pretty good one.
So I got an appointment for our IT client out in Edmonton, 200 users for a construction company, but also owns a rental company as well. So we're really excited for that one.
Don't have too much information on this one since it was set over email, but I can tell you it's one I've been working on for quite some time. I think I started reaching out to them October 2024, but I finally got some luck with getting a hit back on an email I sent. The CTO asked me if we could come by the office on the 26th in the afternoon to meet with them. He's very interested in hearing what we're capable of and in regards to their needs and goals. It's with a medical equipment manufacturer, a pretty large one. I think from LinkedIn they had about 220 employees. So looking forward to see what comes of that one.
Got a really good opportunity for my roofer in Virginia. I've spoken with one of the apartment complexes out there, spoke with the property manager. She said that they do have some stuff to look at, and they do have a vendor that they currently use, but we are already partnered through their vendor system, so it's still a great opportunity so that we can give some competitive pricing on it. It's mainly just something where at the property they vet out who they work with. It's not something corporate where it's handed to them, so it's really just a great way to earn business and hopefully be able to trump their current company.
I got a good meeting today for my Davenport IT client. It's with a CPA firm. I had spoken with their office manager a couple times over the last 6 months or so, and she let me know last time that after May would probably be the most appropriate time to meet with them. So just kind of picked up where we left off. She said she had some time early June. And they are working with a client of theirs for their IT support. I believe they are in contract, but was open to at least an introduction if things ever change, just give her some pricing and stay on the radar. So this is how we build relationships. I'm sure Gary's going to be excited about meeting with them. So yeah, it's about 30 users, 2 on-site servers, pretty decently sized CPA firm. So yeah, should be a pretty good appointment.
Yeah, set an appointment for a janitorial client in Washington. It's with an apartment company. They have 86 different units, and they currently have another company that does kind of the overturn for whenever someone moves out. They do a full deep clean, so they want us to be able to go in and give a quote because they're not too happy with the service they're getting now, so that should be a pretty good appointment next week. Then set one for our solar client in Florida. It's with a company that they do some manufacturing contracting. They want us to be able to provide some different options as far as backup generators go, as well as some different ways we can lower the power bill, so it should be a pretty good appointment here in about 2 weeks from today.
Set an appointment for my IT client in Michigan. They are a large construction company looking for full managed services on quite a few users.
Decent morning for the pod. Teddy got us rolling with a roof out in Pennsylvania, I believe.
Yeah, I got an appointment earlier today from my client out in Pennsylvania. It was actually an email appointment, but a pretty good one. The guy detailed exactly what he wanted. They're looking for a section of their roof to do a complete tear-off and do a coating, so pretty solid one.
Yeah, set one for our janitorial client in Texas. It's with a school district. The main building is about 117,000 square feet. They have like 8 locations, so we're gonna go give them quotes on 5 days a week maintenance cleaning.
I've got 3 this morning. 2 for my roofer out in Texarkana. One of them's assisted living facility, about 100,000 square foot, looking to do a re-roof as soon as possible. Going out to do a quote for them next week. Also got one for them with a distributor out there, 3 buildings, 2 warehouses, and office building. Got roof work done about 15 years ago. Going out to meet with them, kind of go over some issues that they got going on here in the new future, and then just got one for my roofer out in Dallas with a property manager. She's got a few different locations out in Dallas, so we're going over a few maintenance plans for some of the buildings, and that's scheduled for 2 weeks from now.
Then Matt, Emma, and I will find our way on the board this afternoon.
Got one for my cleaner out in New Jersey. Spoke with the maintenance director at this assisted living facility. It's a pretty big facility. They have over 100 rooms, and then this other tower added onto the building with a ton more. So they have an internal team, but he's always looking for more help, and they outsource for some projects as well. So we're going out next week, and it should be a good opportunity.
I am starting to call for my first time on HVAC, so that should be good.
I got one for my Indianapolis software client so far. I spoke with the maintenance guy over there, showed some interest, wanted us to call him next week, so I'm having my guy give him a call in. And I'm also going to call my shot on my Portland IT client, get them on the board today.
I got 2 appointments today. The first one was for my Macon HVAC client. I spoke to the maintenance director at an assisted living facility, about 50,000 square foot. They had some issues with one of their water heat pumps that they weren't quite sure what was going on with it. So we're headed out there next week to diagnose that, potentially provide them a quote. And then I just got another one for my Dallas HVAC client. I spoke to the facilities director at a private school. He's actually familiar with our company. He's worked with us at other facilities in the past. They have over 400 units with a mix of in-house teams as well as maintenance contracts. So we're headed out there early next week to discuss how we could support them with their HVAC system.
I got a good one for my roofer in Florida. I had reached out to a manufacturing facility last week. The officer gave me the email for the maintenance director, so I sent him over an email. He just responded this morning saying sooner than later he'd love to have us out. They're looking at getting an additional quote. They have some leaks. They're looking at repairs, and then they're going to be doing a replacement in the near future. Didn't specify specifically on when that would be. So we got that set up for Monday to be able to get them at least the quotes for now for repairs.
It's good morning. Don't have anything yet, but gonna call my shot for client in Utah.
Pod is doing pretty good. I think Logan Phillips has our hot hand today, but I think Aaron Lake's on the board as well. But I'm gonna call my shot today in St. Louis as well as Knoxville.
I got 3 this morning. First one was for my Dayton IT client. That one was with a lead weight from back in December. It was with a CPA firm. They have 60 users, 4 locations. They got a company that they're working with. Their provider may be retiring here in a couple of years. So the other 2 were both for my Richmond IT client. One was with a country club. They got a hybrid setup right now. I originally talked to this guy back in February. Finally got him back on the phone. We scheduled that one for next Thursday. Third one was it was a manufacturer. I talked with someone in the office last week. She pointed me in the direction of the COO. Finally got her on the phone. They have some cybersecurity initiatives that they want to take care of this year, some VPN related things. So that one's also set up for next Thursday. 15 users.
We got 2 this morning, one for an IT client out in Pennsylvania. They had 200 users, 10 servers, and then 1 location, so that should be a good meeting. And then had another one for our CPA client out in Texas. The guy said they just need to extend their resources, so that should be a good meeting too.
We're going to get one for our roofers out in Seattle this afternoon.
I'm also calling my shot in Seattle this afternoon.
I think we got 3 on the board, one from myself, Marge, and Emily. So I'm looking to keep that momentum going into the afternoon. I got one from my client in New Hampshire with a smaller construction company I've been talking to since February. They've been talking about making some changes. Just want to make sure everybody's available for the meeting. They had about 14 users, and then we got that set up with the controller for later in May. But would really like to squeeze one out in Sarasota this afternoon.
I had a couple good calls today. Nothing on the board quite yet, but getting some good learning experiences between now and the sales lab. Got some good feedback, things I can apply this afternoon. So excited to get one in. I'm going to call my shot on my Las Vegas IT client.
I got an appointment for my roofer in Little Rock today. I got a voicemail last night from the owner of the company, a real estate company, and she has a property that has a really small repair job, but I think this is going to be a good foot in the door to all of their other properties. It's like 22,000 square feet and leaking.
I'm going to call my shot for my IT company in Charlotte.
I'm going to get one for our roofer in Montana later today.
I got one. I got a 0 off this morning for our IT partner in Baltimore. They've got 200 users. I've spoken to this guy a couple of times. It was a quicker conversation today. It was a bit of a recap, but he was telling me how they're leveraging the cloud, multiple locations, so he's already accepted the invite, so it should be a good one next week.
2 really good partner meetings this morning.
Got a 9 on both of them, so super excited to hear the clients are super happy. Drew's been killing it for Midwest Roofing, so spoke with them this morning. He has 4 appointments in 5 business days. He could snag another one today, so we're looking for 5 and 5. But I got 2 this morning for our roofer in Sarasota. First one, spoke with the maintenance director of a rehab facility. We're looking at a replacement. Roof's about 25 years old, but doesn't have any active leaks, so we're going to go out there next week, Wednesday, give them a quote for a replacement along with any repairs they need. Second building was also a rehab center. They do have active leaks. Roof's also about 25 years old, TPO roof, 50,000 square foot building. We're going to go out there next Friday at 1 o'clock, give them a quote for a replacement, hopefully get that taken care of before this summer. So super excited about the day so far.
Yesterday I was able to snag 2, one with the current website corrupted, was looking at, having our IT guys in St. Louis give him a call. Other one was with our guys down in Hawaii. It was about 10,000 square feet, high rise, looking at getting the coding, so it was pretty good. Both on the board today. I'll call my shot for Cayman appointment this afternoon.
Working on IT right now. Haven't gotten an appointment yet, but been just cranking on calls. Hopefully we get one this afternoon.
I have left about 20% of my calls voicemail, so hopefully to hear back something this afternoon. I'm calling my shot for Allstate.
I got 2 appointments yesterday, both roofing for my Louisville client. Both are in need of repairs, so should be good ones.
Doing pretty good. Had quite a few conversations this morning. Had a big day yesterday with a 2-piece for both IT clients. Both are big manufacturers with full MSP services.
Got one this morning for our roofer out in Kansas, apartment complex, roughly 90,000 square feet among the complex. Got a couple buildings with some leaks in it, so it should be a good one.
We're doing pretty well this morning. Nothing on the board yet, but having some great conversations, following up with some warm leads. Gonna have a big second half of the day. I'm calling my shot in Milwaukee, and I know these guys got a bunch of warm leads following up as well. Let's hear about them, boys. Where are we calling our shots?
I am calling my shot today in Chicago.
Calling my shot today in Marion and Carbondale. Calling my shot in Medford. Looking to get something on the board for Kelly.
Calling my shot in Tucson.
Calling my shot in Atlanta.
How we doing this morning? Who wants to start us off? Been in Sarasota, pest control for the whole morning. Building, calling, not really getting anything, so now I jumped over to Lakeland, Florida, and seeing if I have more success there. I think I talked to maybe 1 person so far, but we'll get something here at the end of the afternoon. Stay following up with those guys that you talked to. Like, that's the reason that the deal came yesterday, is he said that you were persistent, blew you off a few times, but you didn't let go. You kept staying on them, so just be professional and persistent, and know that people are gonna, take some time. It takes up to 8 attempts, best practices, to get a hold of somebody. So if you're doing it anything less, you're cutting yourself short. If you do anything more, you're wasting your time. So keep that in mind. How about you guys?
One guy, he's basically looking to retire. He's just going to sell the book at the end. It's not really anything worth his time to move on. Another guy, I literally said my name. He said, "No, I'm good, man."
Yeah. Well, tell us about some of the other stuff. Yesterday you had 2. You're on a hot streak. I think you're pacing for like 40 appointments.
Yeah, got one in Cincinnati. He was a guy I had already fully pitched early in the week. He just, I think it was last Friday I pitched him. Got through everything. He just didn't have his calendar. He was on the road. So got him set up with a meeting for, I think it was Monday.
Okay.
And then I got one of the higher ups at, it's not the CEO, but we had met with one of the sales managers before.
Yeah.
And it seemed like something that would be good for them. So I got his boss, and he's like, "Yeah, your boss wanted to be on the call this time."
That was the one that had the 3 locations?
Yeah. Sure. Yep.
All right.
So that should be a good one as well.
Talked to a couple of people already. One just was not interested. He already had a sales team that did inbound help out. Rebuttal well, just was not interested at all.
Yeah.
And then the other one was a Gmailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just didn't even try to book it.
Appointments, just to have appointments, are no good. Anybody will tell you that. We want to find guys that are buyers. Brock, you just got off the call. Did you get one?
I do have one this morning. Carolina, North Carolina, Charlotte. I think it's Charlotte.
Yeah.
It was an old appointment, but the guy was like, I think when we met with him, he had some family friend helping him out that he hired for like $55,000 a year, but he wanted to talk again. It's a quick call, he was running, but should be a meeting set for Monday. Talked to like 3 or 4 other people. Should be at least another 1 or 2 appointments possibly. I had an appointment, turned it down.
Just wouldn't fit this budget. So just sent him some information. And then waiting on two emails back from a couple people. He's running it by his son. He's old. He's transferring the business over to his son eventually. So wants to run it by him before we set something up. But a productive morning.
Two more roofers, got one in Pennsylvania. Bruce got that one for us. HQ stroke first. I've got one from last week, so HQ sitting at 2, and then we got one from Maryville. So we are looking to keep going full press, full course, full steam ahead. So he's grabbed another one, which is good. He had a good lead yesterday, which is IT in Carolina. We'll see how that shakes out, but we just got to keep going. I think we got 3 deals off of about 25 completed pitches or so. So I mean, we're hovering right around that 10%. Again, that's where we want to be. 10 to 15% close rates generally expected. The higher we can get that number, the better. Better meetings come from calling better companies and making sure that you're really giving them, the value that makes them interested enough that not only do they want the meeting, but they want to show up, right? Use those case studies. Use your industry as, like that is your study book. Go and watch those videos of examples. Go and look at different examples of deals that close. Use those examples when you're on the call. So when you talk to somebody in pest control, you're like, look, I talked to this guy and they said that they were unhappy with their current service. And then there's an appointment in there with that roach cleanout job. Lady sounded like she didn't even really want to express how bad it truly was over the phone. Got out there and there was a $150,000 proposal to go and clean out German cockroaches. Like, we will find people that have issues. And those are the stories that people put themselves in those shoes. And that's what drives the value, which gets them to not only accept your appointment, but show up and actually be ready to buy it. Get them in the strike zone and then we'll take it from there. But that's all I got.
Going through, doing some penetration testing with the CRM to make sure everything's good, and referring different suggestions for the security fixes.
And just working on finishing up the last 2 or 3 blogs I have for a client, and then we're switching to True Blue Roofing's website after we had a meeting with another HVAC client that will be doing video and website stuff for. So busy day.
I got out a few posts about Omar and Michael down at HQ, some of our new BDRs, and then a sales rep down at CMO, that's Zach. And then I got out the May 5th daily recap, a post about Roger's most recent proposal, and then a post about Nick's closed deal, and a daily recap this afternoon, I'm sure.
We had a meeting with one of our HVAC clients out of Utah. Just kind of went over going over like social media, website work, video stuff too, and now I am going back to working on CBMIT's website, just getting those location pages rolled out for them.
We have 2 new clients in the last 24 hours, so I've been working on setting up their accounts and payments all set up. We do have a couple of kickoff calls that were scheduled with it today as well, and then was also helping a couple of new clients get set up with their W-9, and then just looking at payroll and Balto today.
We got 2 new hires for Monday, so I've been working today on sending them all their first day information so they're ready to go, reaching out to others, and then working on getting an intern's paperwork filled out so we can get some credit with us this summer.
Following up with Fair Mechanical today about their foreman position that's open. I actually got a pretty warm lead via text message for a guy, so that's really exciting news. And Quick Catch has 2 interviews today for their office manager role, so all good stuff.
Got an appointment for my client out in Knoxville today. It's with the sheriff's office. Wasn't sure about users, but it sounds like he runs like a third-party business as well, so should be an interesting one for my client, but it sounds like there's some opportunity to work with them in a co-managed environment, so should be a good one.
I got an appointment for my cleaning client here in St. Louis. It's a distribution center and they're looking to outsource. Right now they do it internal, but they wanted to explore our options, deep cleaning and general cleaning.
I got my second one for my medical client today. Spoke with this hospital countless times at this point, pretty much all the leadership roles in there. Finally caught everything at a good time, so I spoke with the CEO's assistant, got some time set up towards the end of the month. We're going to actually swing by on site. Sounds like a really good opportunity for us.
Got an appointment for our roofer out of Tampa this afternoon. 40,000 square foot church looking for a re-roof. Have a couple spots they're worried about, so it should be pretty good.